Hey, good evening, loves. This is day 9, and today I wanted to real quickly talk about stepping up to the plate of living in full excellence or stepping up to the plate of life. I'm really hoping that this camera not lag, but I wanted to talk about what that is and what um, why I created it as such. Just a little background. Single Parent Stepping Up is an outreach ministry, which will be a 501c3 very soon. But it's an outreach ministry that I created and started from my own experience with domestic violence and homelessness. So back in 2011, after being homeless for almost 2 years, I went back to the shelter that I came from and started a job readiness program where I provided the residents there with like job leads, how to write their resume, interview etiquette, um, donated toiletries and business attire. And so I would meet up with these women and their children every week, provide like snacks and just connect with them and let them know that um, someone is there for them. I provided resources with housing, just a lot, just to love on them and show them that, look, hey, I've been here and I was able to get back on my feet and become self-sufficient. And I want to share the resources with you and kind of motivate you as well. And so it started off as this ministry that catered to homeless families. And so this was going on for a while, just connecting and um, providing resources for these families until one day I became, my finances start to slip and I was facing an eviction. So as I'm going through this eviction, I am still going to the shelter and catering to these women. And for a minute, I felt very, very like phony. Like, how am I trying to uplift and motivate these women that are homeless about, how to get these resources and get back self-sufficient when I'm about one paycheck away from being homeless. And so it had me start thinking like, it doesn't matter whether you get assistance, whether you get a job and you get back on your feet and get you and your children into a new apartment, if mentally you are still in this space of poverty or lack or making these poor choices, then you're going to repeat the cycle. And when I came back to the shelter, I saw the same women that were there a year before when I was there. And so it had me thinking like, okay, we're repeating the same cycle and we're getting complacent with where we are and our children. What can I do? God, why did you have me go through this storm and still going through it? What is it that I need to bring back to these women? And so I started thinking of a program that will actually coach and motivate and tap into the core reasons or the core problem that we were facing as these single parents making these choices that were not beneficial for our family. And so I started thinking of this program, which led me to step up to the plate of life, which is living in full excellence. Of course, sometimes we associate step up to the plate with baseball, but step up to the plate also means taking on responsibility, stepping up to responsibility. And living in full excellence is basically that you are responsible to live your life in full excellence. But of course, we all need help. We all need guidance. We all need someone to hold us accountable. So I came up with Step Up to the Plate of Life and created it around a 4-course meal. Why a 4-course meal? Because I wanted to base it off of something that we all can relate to. And to me, food is a very universal language, just like music is. Food, when I think of food, I think of or dinner or going out to eat. It makes me happy, like I love food. And it connects people. Food nourishes, it's comforting. And so I wanted to build my coaching program around that dynamic. And I based off the 4 courses to represent 4 major aspects of our life, as well as 4 major relationships in our life. And I feel like we are all trying to get this balance, right? We're all human beings trying to find this balance in our life with so much going on. So the 4 courses, I'm going to go over them real quick and explain them real quick. But the 4 courses are, of course, the appetizer, salad, main course, and dessert. And they each represent a different aspect and a different relationship in your life. And the whole goal is to become balanced with all 4 of those aspects. And my battery's running low again. Let's see. Oh, I'm kind of prepared today. So let me put that back in. Okay, so the concept is to find balance within these 4 aspects. So don't you know how you go to a restaurant and the first thing you order is the appetizer? The appetizer is there to pretty much whet your appetite and get you ready for the next courses. Pretty much just the course that kind of get the party started, get you ready for what's to come at this restaurant. And I look at the appetizer as in representing you, your worth, your well-being, your health, your self-development. Because I feel like once you get a taste of who you are, once you get a taste of who you are in the eyes of God, once you start recognizing your worth and how special you are and that you were put on this earth for a reason and for a purpose, a unique purpose, then it's just natural that you're going to want more out of life. Just like when you eat that appetizer, you're going to want more from the restaurant. The same goes with once you start learning who you are as a child of God, you're going to want more out of life. So the appetizer is self. It's you. It's all about you and developing and taking care of you, your self-care, your self-health, your self-worth, your self-image, you. Okay? And then the salad course, of course, represents your finances. It represents your career. If you are an entrepreneur, it represents your business. It represents everything that has to deal with finances, monetary. Unfortunately, in this world we reside in, that we live in, money plays a very integral part in living a comfortable life. If it was up to me, I would want to be in Africa somewhere barefoot, running around in the village, living a very simple life. But because I'm here in America, I have to do what the Americans do. We have to do what the Americans do. And so money is a very important part in society. So the salad course represents that, and it also taps into how you budget your money, your investments, your credit score, all of these things that helps you to live a very comfortable life here in North America. Then the main course is the most important course. In fact, this is the reason why we go to the restaurant, is for this main course. It's like the meat and potatoes, right? And that course represents your connection with God, your spiritual connection, your foundation, your morals, your values, your beliefs, how you connect to a higher power, your religion. All of that is the main course, okay? And your main course really pretty much dictates how you, how you pretty much make choices and go about life, is really based on your main course, or your connection to a higher power, to divine source. I'm going to stop right here and just let this camera catch up, because it's lagging. I don't know why. Let's see. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. And then the last course is the dessert course. This course is what makes life sweet, literally. This is your relationship with others. This is your social life. This is your creativity. And in this course, this is what you focus on. What is your relationship with others like? How is your social life? How are you enjoying the fruits of your labor? How are you expressing yourself creatively? Like, how are you using your gifts and your talents that you have been blessed with? Okay, so that makes up the 4-course meal, and that also makes up the relationship with yourself, your relationship with money, your relationship with others, and most importantly, your relationship with God. And it also represents those 4 aspects too. You, your finances, your spiritual connection, and your relationship with others. So these are aspects that we're steadily juggling and trying to find balance within these 4 aspects of our life, or 4 areas of our life. So as a life coach, I coach my clients in a way that helps us to find balance in those areas and see what areas we are struggling in, what areas are striving, what areas are not. And more than likely, if you are struggling in one area of your life, 9 times out of 10, you're struggling in the other areas as well. Okay, so my job is to help you find balance. Now, the thing is, you have to eat the same type of proportion. It has to be a balance in how you eat and consume each area of your life. Okay, so let's say the appetizer course, which represents you. If you eat too much from that course, then you become selfish. It'd be all about you. And the other areas of your life will suffer, because all you're doing is putting energy into you. Now, there is a time where you will need a season where you do have to focus on yourself and your self-care and self-love and self-development and your health. There will be a season where you have to focus solely on that, okay? And then if you're not eating too little from this, or if you're eating too little from this course, then you become very insecure and you lack this confidence, and you stay within your comfort zones because you don't feel like you're worthy enough to step out into and show your light. So there has to be a balance with eating from that course, so that you're not eating too much and become selfish, or eating too less and become very self-conscious and insecure. The same with your salad course, your finance course. If you're eating too much from that salad course, then it's all about money, 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 to a point where you would do anything to get it, which would mean compromising your integrity, being dishonest about it. You're something like Mr. Scrooge, or Mr. Krabs for the parents who knows about SpongeBob. But if you eat too much off that course, then you become very, very materialistic, and it's all about money, money, money to you, or all work and no play, right? It's all about building, going up to the ladder, up that ladder of success, and that's all it's about. However, if you eat too little from that course, then you're living in poverty, right? You're living paycheck to paycheck. Your finances are all over the place. You're not budgeting. You're just pretty much living again from paycheck to paycheck, catching up, a lot of debt, low credit. Just your finances are a mess, okay? Now, with the dessert course, you can also eat too much from that course. And if you eat too much from the dessert course, which again is about the relationship with others and your social life, then you become a people pleaser, okay? If you eat too much from that course, then you put too much energy into pleasing people. You put other people before you. It's all about your image and how you look to other people. You care about people's opinions. And if you eat too less from that course, or if you don't eat too much of the dessert course, then you become isolated and very closed off from the world, and you don't get along with too many people, and you don't care to. You just kind of stay in your own little bubble. And so that's for the dessert course. Now for the main course, you can't eat too much from the main course because that's your spiritual connection. In fact, you can have that course by itself. Okay, you can eat from the main course by itself. But if you eat too little from that course, hey Sonay, hey love. I'm just going over stepping up to the plate of living in full excellence and going over the courses. I'm about finished, but I was talking about how the main course represents your connection with God, and that you can never eat too much from that course like you can the others. But if you eat too little from that course, then you kind of lack direction. Your morals and your values are a little shaky. You don't have a strong foundation. And you're kind of just on the wall regarding your spirituality or your religion and things of that nature, and you kind of lack faith. So with all of that being said, Step Up to the Plate of Life deals with all four of those aspects. And we tap into limited beliefs when it comes to how you feel about yourself, your relationship with money and how you feel about that, your relationship with God and your spirituality, and how you relate to others around you. And we try to find a balance between those four aspects so you're full, right? So you're full of purpose and you're living a very fulfilled life. And a life coach is not someone who is a therapist. I'm not trying to fix you. I'm not coming in as this expert on life. Life coaches are just, dealing with just as much as everyone else is. I'm here to help you to reach your goals and help you to discover what's keeping you stuck or what's keeping you out of balance, because sometimes we just need someone else to come in and hold us accountable for things and to support us and to stretch us and just to give us a new perspective and be a sounding board to some of the things that we're going through. And so that's what I'm here for. I'm something like a cheerleader. I'm going to be here to cheer you on with your goals. I'm going to be here to make sure that you are staying on top of things and committing to the goals that you set out. I'm going to help you with resources and tools that you need to help you get along with those goals. And I'm just here to remind you of the innate wisdom that you already have inside you, that we all have as spiritual beings. Sometimes we just need to be reminded how to tap into that reservoir of wisdom and intuition and that personal power that we have as human beings. So I'm not a therapist. Therapists usually try to go back into your childhood and see, you know, what's going on with you and try to fix you. To me, you're not broken. You're not lost. You are just fine right where you are. You just need that push and that support for someone who genuinely cares about you and want to see you win. And I hold your hand without being judgmental because I've been there. So I can never judge someone in their walk or their path that they're taking. I'm just here to hold your hand and help you reach those goals and live the best life that you deserve, that you desire. And I have invested in my training. I have invested in myself. I have invested in healing and doing the heart work and coaching school. And I've invested thousands of dollars into this so that I can be very well equipped to support you and provide you with resources to get you along your path. So I'm very excited that I have signed up a few clients for 2019. I'm so blessed about that. But if you are interested in learning more about what it is that I do and how I can support you and how we can discover together what limited beliefs are keeping you stuck, then I'm going to put my link in the comments where you can sign up for a free clarity session where we just go over and discover what's holding you back, what's stopping you or keeping you stuck from living your life to the fullest potential. All right, so thanks again for joining me. Hey sister, how you doing? How's it going? Like I always like you being here and I be asking you questions and you just do not be responding. Just wanted to know how you doing. I appreciate you coming in and supporting all of my live videos. So I'm not in here talking to myself. But I love you, I love you, I love you. And again, for those that are watching, again, I'm going to put my free clarity session just to kind of see how I can help you. If you are someone who smokes cessation program, that's going to help you stop smoking the natural way. Just finishing up on my Udemy courses that I'm launching by 2000 and about my Udemy courses. But again, yeah, so connect with me. Session doesn't cost you anything, but you will walk away with a lot. Trust me, you will walk away with a lot. So again, thanks for joining me, loves. Stay in your lights, and I will see you for tomorrow for day 10. Day 10. All right, sister, love you. Bye.